Hi folks, welcome back. Today I want to show you how to use up maybe some of the weird things that you've bought, because I have definitely bought some really weird things, but really cool things. So first off, this one in particular, this was part of this is one of the cards that came in that scrap pack that I showed you a couple of days ago that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree. And what I've done is I've also told you that I've been making a sewing pattern book. Oh, here it is right here. Or here's an example of one of them that I did, or that I'm working on. So obviously when you buy a pattern, there's a ton of pattern pieces in there. Oh my goodness, it's so many pattern pieces. I thought to myself, there's absolutely no way that I'm going to be able to use all the pattern pieces that I have from these books, or not from these books, like I buy these, okay, no, from the pattern packets. There we go. From the pattern packet, there's absolutely no way that I can use all of the pieces that are in the envelope. Right, there we go. Doing great, sweetie. Okay, so I said, all right, well, what if I mount them on some kind of card? So I had the ones that I had picked up from the dollar store, and also I had index cards that I picked up, I think from the thrift store. It might have been the dollar store. I buy the index cards basically just wherever I find them. So I sit on the couch at night and I glue the pattern pieces, or I've been gluing pattern pieces. So I figured I'd show you guys how I do it. It's not hard at all, and it's actually really relaxing. And maybe we decorate one at the end. Okay, so here we go. So I have my index card here. It's just a plain index card, and I think I want to keep the lines on the back. So I stick that down on the bottom, and then I just kind of, and yep, that's the top. That's the top. Okay. So then I just take the pattern piece itself, and I just kind of move the pattern piece around until I figure out kind of what I want on the piece. So if I put this up here, I'll be able to get center front down at the bottom, but I'm going to miss this up here at the top. Or maybe I want to put important seams up here, maybe over here on the left. Actually, that would look kind of cool. I think I want to use important seams, and I'll end up trying to use, there's lots of different things that I could use here. Like I could use the for B only and lengthen and shorten here, because I think it looks kind of neat. Let's see here. There's another option, right? You could do that. And obviously you could just make it just plain and with no writing at all. I just really think that the writing is interesting, and obviously depending on where I place this, the numbers are really cool too. Depending on where I place this is going to be depending on, ever how many that I want to get out of here. And then I can just take whatever pieces that I don't use and put them in my bag for where I'm going to make paper, or just put them in the recycles, because that's fine too. Like, you don't have to use like everything. I started saving all I'm doing right now is just trying to figure out where I want to put this. Maybe I'll just do what I did to begin with. I'll just do this. I really want the center front. I really want that. If I put that over here, it's going to leave this kind of blank over here, but that's okay, because we're going to come back and do some things. Okay, so that's what I want. All right, so let me just go ahead and put some. So what I'm using to glue this down is I'm just using the regular Elmer's glue stick, and I'm using this because it doesn't bleed through like any of like the wet glues do. So I'm just going to go around and make sure that I get the edges really well. So as I'm doing that, I was going to say that I would continue talking about what I was talking about before, but now I don't remember. Oh, good. All right, whatever. So, oh, right. So I do make my own paper at times. I really like doing it. It is a little bit labor intensive. So I normally only do that when I'm off work, which is hardly ever. It's actually kind of sad, but it is what it is. If you have a little bit of time, to work on the things that you like? Are you? Yeah, I'm on film still. Okay, good. Oh, I know what I was saying. I was saying that there was one point in time where I was keeping every little scrap and every little scrap. And then I was like, oh my God, now I need to organize every little scrap. And honestly, it was just driving me nuts. I was getting overrun with scraps. There's absolutely no reason, like this is still on my desk, I haven't thrown it away yet. There's absolutely no reason that I need to keep this. This is like an 1/8 of an inch big. For what? Yeah, I mean, yes, I could conceivably do something with it, but honestly, it's not worth it. So I've started that unless it's a project that I'm working on, I don't keep anything smaller than a 1/2 inch. And I know some people are gonna be like, oh my God, how do you do that? It's just to preserve my sanity, honestly. If you want to keep your less than an inch scraps, go right ahead. Perfectly encourage you to do that. I do put them in the recycle, so it's not like they're like 1000% going into the landfill, or I do reuse them. Oh my goodness, move out of the way, things. Or I do reuse them when I hand make paper. But honestly, it was just driving me nuts, and it was just a sanity thing, to be perfectly honest. All right, so I'm just placing it on here. I got it a little bit crooked down here at the bottom, but it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do now is, actually, I've shown you guys this thing before, and this actually came from the Dollar Tree too. I think it's called a craft scraper or something like that. But this thing is amazing for this. And of course, I'm doing this. Okay. All right. Hang on. Let me get rid of this squishy thing. All right, I'm back. So the squishy thing gives a really pretty background, but it is not good for something like this because you need to have a hard surface to work on, which this is. All right, so I'm just going to take my craft scraper here, and I'm going to kind of lightly go over here, and you're still going to see the purple through here until it dries, the purple of the glue. I'm just going to go through here, and I'm just going to kind of squish it all down. This thing just absolutely, if you do have any wrinkles in here, it'll get out most of the wrinkles. Not all of them, but like most of the bigger ones, it'll get out no problem. I'm just going to go over here and go this way. Do you have to? Probably not. It makes me feel like I'm doing it better if I go both ways. Okay, here we go. All right, there's that. All right. Now you have a couple of options here. I'm just going to cut this off so I can use the rest of this in another project like this. And you can absolutely take this one pattern and glue multiple cards on and then cut it out afterwards. But for the purpose of the video, we're just going to use this guy. Okay, here we are. All right, now I'm just going to go and make sure that I got the corners well enough. And technically that's probably well enough because I will most likely use the corner rounder at the end of it, but no, I didn't do a good job right there. Just come back in with your glue stick and put this thing down, and then we'll squish it with the craft scraper thing. That one's down really well. That one could use a little bit of help. Like I said, I'm probably going to use the corner rounder anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but let me just make myself feel better. You know, sometimes you just need to have reassurance, and that's fine. You know, a little bit more glue never hurt anybody. You know, except for when it does and it is out, and then it's a big problem. Anyway, all right, there we are, getting off track. All right, so you could definitely come around here and tear the rest of this off. You could cut it with a pair of scissors. You could cut it with the trimmer. I think I'm going to use scissors because my scissors are right here and it's not going to take that long. So let's come around here with scissors. I already have a nice line to follow with the index cards. Y'all, that reminds me, I did buy a pack of index cards from the dollar store. They were the smaller, the 3x5 size. And I had started, I don't think I was doing this. I think I was using up book pages and I was gluing book pages on top of the index cards. Also, that's another really fun thing that you can do. I should do a video on that later. I mean, it's the same principle though. Anyway, so it was driving, I couldn't figure out what in the world was going on wrong because every time I cut them, and I normally cut them like this or with a tearing ruler, and they would always come out like not square. And then I realized, I don't know, it took me forever, probably 5 cards to realize that the index cards themselves weren't rectangular. They had some extra like down here at the bottom. It was crazy. Anyway, So, side note. All right, so this is what we have to work with. Now, you can do whatever you want at this point. You can come in with some stamps or with some stickers or with whatever. So what I have brought in that I have now lost on my desk, which appears to be really, really clean, but there is so much stuff over here that is off screen. Oh, here. So here's my stamps. I think that I'm going to use, I kind of want a larger background on this one. Just because there's a lot of blank area right here, I'm going to use this stamp that I got a million years ago. I don't even know what brand it is. So I'm going to use that, and I think I'm going to use Gathered Twigs on here. Just get that down there because I want a little bit of background going on. And what I'm going to do, I need something to stamp on. Oh, yeah, let's use this, and then I can just wipe this off later because this is 1000% my Behr counter right here. Is this? Yeah, I think this is from the dollar store too, actually. Yeah, it is. I've already glued on it. Okay, perfect. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to do some stamping, and it doesn't have to be straight. There we go. All right, that's kind of cool looking. I actually really like this color. What color is this? Gathered Twigs. Okay, here we go. Gathered Twigs. Gather the twigs. I wish somebody would gather my twigs. There's so many twigs out on my lawn. I don't even understand where they come from. They just disappear out of nowhere. I think I'll do an overstamp right here. And you know, I think what I need to do is I'm going to come in with some vintage photo. Y'all, I've had this vintage photo for, actually, I think my vintage photo is vintage at this point, to be perfectly honest with you. I've had this thing for at least 10 years, and it's still going. Does this stamp actually have a right way up, or is it just... Well, yeah, I guess it does. Oh, that's actually a right way up. Okay. You see, I never clean off my stuff. Yeah. Very, 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 very bad example. Very bad example, and that's okay. Oh, look at that. Okay. That gives a little kind of a warmer hue than what was going on. I suppose that's warmer. I don't know. And you don't have to stamp this whole thing, but you know what? It's just feeling right now. So I'm just going to roll with it. And actually, I don't even mix these two. Vintage photo and some gathered twigs. See what happens. I'm going to go right over that. Huh. Okay. Let's just do a little bit more. Get that guy going in there. And maybe let's do a little bit of mixing in here. Ooh, now the sun finally came out. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. All right. Now, this looks like, ooh. I kind of, can you see that? Kind of gobbied on there. That's weird. Whatever. Okay. So let me be a good stamper and put the lids back on the containers that they belong to. All right. So I could leave this just like this. I mean, it's cute. But I think what I want to do is I had found, and I'm just ferreting a little bit right now. I had found and cut out, I had found, printed, and then cut out these ladies, these Victorian looking ladies. And I printed them on coffee dyed paper. As a matter of fact, I haven't fussy cut this one yet. But aren't they really pretty? And then on the coffee dyed paper, it just gives that like just extra layer of, I don't know, I think coolness, but whatever. So I think she needs to go on here, but if she's really tall. She's a very tall lady. I could put her on here. No, that looks weird. Oh, she's too tall. Oh, and this is already going that way. Who says the text has to be going the same way as the lady? Literally no one said that. Okay, I already have ink on myself. Let's see if I can get that extra ink off with my fingers. There we go. Like that. Let's just put her on there like that. I really feel like it needs to go this way. All right, what else do I have? I have to have something else. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, I should have already had this planned out, but I don't really plan out what it is that I do very well. but I do have a selection of things. All right, let's see. Okay, so I've already cut out all of these. Look at them. Aren't they so pretty? Oh my goodness, they're so pretty. Oh, look at you. You would fit. Ooh, that's not a good contrast, though. That lady is a good contrast. How about you? She looks kind of judgy. I think it's funny. Oh, yeah, and I printed out these little things, too. Am I on camera? Yeah, I am. Okay. Maybe I want to do two things. Maybe I want to layer some things. Maybe she wants to be on top of here. Maybe so. Maybe she needs to have a purse or a parasol. Who knows? What are you doing, lady? What do you want to do when you grow up? What do you want to do? Look at these. Look at these people. Aren't they cute? Very cute people. Got some corsets in here too. Let's try a corset. Ooh, that's nice. A corset, and then does this thing actually have a right way up? I think it's like that. Yeah, like that. Nope, you don't want to be there. It's okay. My mom has called this the process of auditioning for the longest that I can remember, where you figure out what pieces that you want to use. Actually, I really like that. I like this shoe with a corset. Ooh, do I want this corset instead? See, this is what happens with me. I look, no, I don't want that one. I want the bigger one. I look at all my things and I'm like, oh, look, I have like 12 things to choose from. Let's try every one of them like 10 different ways. And then it's like I never get anything done. But whatever, it's fine. I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. I'm having a good time. Okay. So here's this corset here. Now I could ink up the edge if I wanted to, but honestly, I like the border of this coffee dyed paper as a contrast to what I've stamped and then the actual pattern material. Pattern material? Pattern paper. There we go. All right, so I think I'm just going to glue this guy down, and I'm just going to use, since it's right here at the ready and it'll work just fine, I'm going to use my Elmer's glue stick. I'm just going to go around the edges, make sure I get them really well. I can always come back with some silicone glue and just get in to the edges as I need to. Okay, so I'm going to put the corset down here. Okay. I'm doing a squish. Actually, why am I doing a squish? Why don't you use this thing? It's right here. Use the thing. Now, okay, there we go. That's cute. And now I think I'll just put the shoe. I don't know why I think I need to have the shoe on here. Actually, I would like to have the shoe kind of out here because I don't like this line that's happening right here. Yeah, she's gonna go there. Okay, so same thing with my glue stick. Just gonna come in here, kind of dab it around, and this is how I end up with glue all over my fingers for the majority of my day. When I actually get to craft, which is always a good day. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put this down here. I don't want to cover up that. Okay, that edge a little bit. Just gonna come in here with this. And I said, have I lost my cap to the glue stick? No, I haven't. Look at me. Okay, great. Actually, I feel like I need to stamp it with something else right here. It's looking a little naked for whatever reason. What if I did, it already has clocks on it. What if I used, no. See, this is what happens. You're always fussing with something. What if you did this really long clock? Oh, there's already clocks on there. You can't do more clocks. I mean, it's mine. I can do whatever I want to with it. And then I argue with myself, right? So what about this stamp that says Washington, D.C.? I feel like I need to have a square thing. Airmail stamp? Airmail stamp or just this square thing? I have a lot of writing on here already. I'm gonna just use this. I have no idea where my small silicone block is, so I'm just gonna use this really, really large one. And this is the vintage photo, so I'm gonna use the gathered twigs again. Maybe I should get a different color. Let me do that actually. What else do I have? What else is nearby? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Ooh, how about some black soot? Oh, I don't have black soot. Okay. Afraid burlap. So, a funny story. Look, afraid burlap. My husband calls this ghillie suit green. And it kind of is. It's definitely what it looks like to me too. So I don't know how well this is going to show up on top of everything else that's sitting here, but I kind of feel like I need to put a thing here. No, it kind of blobbed. I probably squished it down too hard. But now that I did that, I feel like I need to do it some other place. What if we do it here on this corner, and I'll just kind of hang it off a little bit. Maybe not press so hard. Okay. Maybe this isn't a great stamp. Maybe that's why I don't use this stamp very often. Not the fact that I have not done anything in this theme in a while. That probably has nothing to do with... Actually, yep. I'm just going to do this some more. Here we go. Let's try to not make this on a line. Go over this. Oh no, thing, get out of my way. Okay. There we go. And maybe another one over here. Yep. You want to be there. And I think one more up here, and then just hang it off the edge. There we go. All right, I like that. I'm going to stop messing with that. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, this thing is done. And I will just bring you in a little bit so you can see what I've done. Okay, here we go. Here's my little card here. And I really like the way that it looks. I am going to do something with the corners. I don't know where my corner rounder is right now, but this is nearby. So I'm going to pick one of these guys to use. I think I'm going to pick this one. Yep, there we go. Now we're on camera. Good job. All right, I'm just going to use this one. Are you in? Yeah, you're in. I think you're in. We'll find out. Okay, there's one. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, 1. 2. 3. And last one. There we go, 4. All right, let me get out. Oh yeah, this is the one that I bought at the thrift store recently. I haven't put it away yet. Ha! That's convenient. All right, so now that I've done that, I have all these little, oh, glue stick. All these little papers on here. Actually, I'm just going to throw this right over here now that it's out the way. Okay. So, what else do I need? I think these are really, really cute on the edges. Stinking cute. All right, last thing I think I want to do with this is I want to put a ribbon on here. Oh, here's the one I just bought from the Dollar Tree. Let's use that one because I haven't put it up yet because I am a messy crafter. Anybody else a messy crafter? Yeah. Like, it drives me nuts sometimes, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I need to have a thing. Oh, look, there's that thing right there. And then sometimes it's like, oh my God, where's my thing? Ooh, look at that. Wouldn't that look cute if I would have thought about it before? I could do this on a different one though. Just ran this on the sewing machine or put it down with Fabri-Tac or something like that. Isn't that cute? Am I in? Yeah, okay. That is really cute. Okay, well, I'm not doing that right now. All I want to do. All right, so the books that I'm making these things for are little one signature journals, and I don't think, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be, I mean, yeah, kinda. Okay, so it's gonna have to go in this way. And actually, I think I want it to be like this, or maybe like this. Because I'm gonna make a pocket for this. Oh, you guys are too close. You guys are too close. That's silly. Okay, let's get back out. Okay, so what I was saying is that these larger 4x6 index cards are actually a little bit too big for these ones that I'm working on right now, for them to fit in landscape. So I'm definitely gonna have to put them in here like portrait. And I was just trying to figure out if I wanted to put my little lace bit on the side with the corset and the shoe, or the more blanks. Well, my phone died. Whoops. It was bound to happen one of these days. Alright, so I have 18% now. So this ought to be fairly okay. Alright, so I don't remember what I was meowing about. I think I was meowing about I wanted to make sure that this goes up and down just because of the size of the journals that I'm going to be putting this in. So I think literally the only thing left that I want to do is I want to put a little piece of lace up here at the top. So I don't really need this anymore. I just need to figure out if I want to do it on this side or if I want to do it on this side. And I think I just want to put it on that side. So, all right. So I'm going to take my lace that I have here, and I'm going to take my fabric scissors and just cut it off. There we go. And I want a piece about this big, and I'm going to just loop that around right there. I think that's a big enough piece. Let me bring it down just a little bit so I can have something for my stapler to grab hold to. And get my tiny attacher in here. Just whack that guy down. There we go. Yeah, that's cute. And I think this is a really good use of those pattern pieces. Like I said, I have so many of them anyway. And I think I want to do something. I wanted to do something that kind of suggested the, the pattern pieces. So I do have the writing on here from the pattern itself. Not exactly straight, but that's okay. And I have something that has to do, I don't know, maybe something with sewing or fashion or something like that. Anyway, so that's it. It's a super simple project. And like I said, I make these things while I'm sitting on the couch, just gluing these things down. And as you can see here, I've taken off pieces off the side of the pattern and just kind of glued them on there, especially if there's kind of a bare area. Not that that's necessarily bad, but it can just give it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more interest, a little bit more something going on than just what might be around the border. See, isn't that cute? Like, I mean, that's nothing, and it's just so cute. Obviously, I probably wouldn't put two of these ladies on here because I feel like they'd be warring for attention, and nobody wants two ladies to be warring for attention. It's a little bit extra. But anyway, so there's an idea. Hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please subscribe and have a great day. Bye.